Roger Montgomery from Montgomery Investment Management, and welcome to this video insight. This is an unusual video because it's much shorter than usual, and the reason for its brevity is that we're highlighting the silliness of buying physical gold, and that shouldn't take long. So here goes. When the queues were longest outside the ABC Bullion retail store on Martin Place in Sydney CBD, it was the 21st of October, and those people were paying $6,994 for an ounce of gold, or $224,000 for a kilo, which, by the way, is 2 ingots, each about the size of an iPhone. The first problem with the queue is that it suggests the rally is nearing a peak. Peaks are common after prices move exponentially, as they have recently. Those exponential moves are what attracted the queues. And that's because exponential gains are impossible to sustain. Hopefully, of course, there are a few people lining up to sell their gold bullion. The other problem is that buying gold bullion is a silly way to gain exposure to the gold price. Have a look at this table, again supplied by ABC Bullion via their email on October the 21st this year. Let's just look at the 1 kilo ABC gold cast bar. You can see that if you're buying bullion on October the 21st, you'd have to pay $224,523.90. Notice there's also a sell price of about $209,747. That's the price ABC Bullion will pay if you want to sell back to them. In other words, if you buy from ABC Bullion and immediately change your mind and sell back to them a second later, you've lost almost $15,000 just in the spread. And that's a very high frictional cost. And you need ABC's buy price to rise 7% before you've broken even. Of course, you might have received a better price selling to someone else in the queue. Hey, there's an idea. People can trade amongst themselves and get a much better deal out the front of ABC Bullion. Just ask who's buying and who's selling. Since the 21st, however, the price of gold has dropped significantly. Today, the ABC gold table looks like this. If you want to sell your kilo of gold, ABC Bullion will pay $187,347.90. You're looking at a $37,000 loss, or 16.5% in just a few days. More significantly, you need the price to rise 20% to break even on your purchase. Sure, the numbers are smaller if you bought an ounce, but the percentages are similar. The spot gold price has fallen 8%, but you've lost double that if you change your mind and want to sell today. What's the better option? Well, if you really believe gold is going to rise, don't wait in line to buy physical gold. Buy an exchange-traded fund listed on the stock exchange through an online broker. You'll pay maybe a couple of $100 in brokerage if you're investing $200,000, and you'll get the same exposure for a lot lower frictional costs. Look forward to talking to you again soon.